think about it and text me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and theys of all ages, and anyone not sitting on a cushion. Welcome to Unuvras' Wyrm, session 16, The Thunder Rolls. As we go ahead and get started, let's go ahead and go through just a quick character recap, as we are wont to do, just to add some confusion into the mix at the very beginning. So if we can go ahead and start at the person that looks like he's looking at anything but me, directly below me. Brian, take it away.
What am I doing?
Character recap.
Character recap, like who I am?
Yeah, who you are.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Chief. Usually I sit up there where Talon is, but I'm down here being a terrible player as usual. Tonight I will be playing Kythos, who is a purple tiefling druid. Who
He's kind of reddish purple.
No, he's purple. But yeah, he's just here. He just met the party and is already breaking up fights. But why am I being purple nurple purple? I'm being bombarded in the private chat just trying to do the character thing. Yeah, he just showed up. He is Mulgrow's finest barkeep. Mulgrow's finest bouncer, just kind of there chilling. Just met the party kind of, and is doing his thing. So yeah.
All right, and directly next to Brian, we have Danielle. Let us know a little bit about who you're playing.
I am playing Yabrula Steelmane, formerly a Mausoleum, who, Purdy isn't really too sure what's going on with her yet. To be fair, Yabrula isn't really too sure what's going on yet. She kind of just woke up from a very, very long stint as a statue. And then immediately got drunk. We love that for her. And now she's trying to figure out what's going on, including the fact that Athera just said that in a battle that she was in, they killed Unuvras, who Yabrula is very interested in knowing about Unuvras. And then Athera promptly dissociated. So Yabrula wants answers and isn't getting them. Also, she nearly got shot by Athera like a half hour previously, so there's that.
And
That's all I got.
Next up would be Selkie.
Hello, I'm Selkie. I play Athera Valentina. She is the party's resident Shadowkai samurai. She swears she doesn't eat people. She's a little traumatized being who's just trying her best. And she's going to continue to do her best and just try to make sure her bestie doesn't get hurted.
And speaking of besties, that'll bring up Justin.
Hello, I am playing Aravel Shadowsteel, the Shadarkai cleric fighter, who has a funny deal with the Raven Queen. Definitely is totally mentally healthy, and everything's great, and also can see beyond reality. So that's fun. And yeah, he's gonna do everything at all possible to protect his bestie, Heart.
Also, got dumped, left on red.
I know. I'm not talking to you.
That's what Kildrak said.
He didn't even say that.
I didn't get anything.
But he did say protect. Never mind.
Protect the weak
Aravel
one at all costs.
Yeah, that's
he was
definitely
asleep. Aravel was still asleep for that one. He doesn't know that yet.
He doesn't know that.
And last but not least, since we are missing a certain Owlin type player this evening, we have Tim.
Oh yeah, the champ is here. I am Tim, if you can dig it. playing Vildrak Fireforge, and I have slithered with the snakes and soared with the eagles, and I am your dwarven champion. Yeah. Previously, he actually let Yabrilla stay in their house. That was his contribution to the previous session. And also, he is strutting about, gracing everyone in town with the glorious visage of his dwarven masculinity.
I do gotta say, I think Vildrak wins most improved character art. I'm not gonna lie. I know it's the AI shit, and I'm not like bragging on it, but I do think I kind like.
It's
I kind of
definitely the
killed it a
biggest
little bit
change.
with that one.
I mean, that is amazing. That's just amazing.
That
I
is.
love it.
I was not expecting that. And then I saw that. I was like, what the?
And that leads us into our relatively quick recap mocap for the previous session. So what was intending to be a light-hearted session of, player bonding and welcoming the two new characters into the fold, while Aravel slept through everything because Justin left us for the evening, turned into its own amount of trauma. So as the players ended up leaving the dungeon after halting the advance of the magical fog, they found a very disheveled, very exhausted Groper Hardrock, who led them back into town, where all of the players, all of the players except for Yabrula, really, found their way into their own beds, while Yabrula drank approximately, I think it was like 176 bottles of whiskey, or like a half of 176 bottles of whiskey, before narrowly surviving alcohol poisoning
But
as she
did
passed out behind the bar. And the very next morning, as aspects of Yabrula's history started to come into play, that led to some fraught tension, especially for our resident Shatterkai samurai, who ended up breaking almost the most religious sacrament in a bar, which is you don't break my shit, you take it outside. And as the conversation between the party members came into play, as mentioned, Vildrak is absolutely not shy about anything he's got going on.
I mean, look,
spending the entire day in his robe.
yeah, look, when
Just
you pay that much money for a robe, all right, you got to flaunt it, and it's not his fault that he likes to be all natural underneath that flowy silk. Okay,
No, but you can learn to tie a robe so it stays closed.
yeah, but then people couldn't see him. What's the point?
As the party had a heart-to-heart, that was right about where we ended up with the session, with the revelation that Athera believes that her and her company halted Dracus, the minion or aspect of Unuvras, dealing a mortal blow to he who the story revolves around. And that is where we will
don't
pick
like
up.
that believes.
The words have meaning.
Yeah,
The
that's why
meaning
I'm like,
that you take from it is up to you. And where we will start off our session this evening will be the following day. We will state that each and every one of you, even though it was relatively in the morning, went about your business for the day, decompressed. You guys got to fully rest. Athera and Aravel, you awaken in the halls of the Blue Antirinium. Vildrak and Yabrula, the once completely full house of the siblings, now only holds the two of you. And Kythos, you have your small little loft pallet at the very tippity top of Mogrel's Tavern.
I thought I had a shed out back.
Oh, you do have a shed out back. Thank you.
I mean, it's still very small.
With your height,
That's
no
what
wonder
she
the bed fits.
It's a hammock. It's okay. It's a hammock over the bed.
That might be part of why Mogrel is upset. I provide you with and you sleep in the hammock.
Yeah, it's more comfortable. That's all. It's a preference thing.
I'm just hoping I can find the accent a little bit better today. We'll see if my voice cooperates. I will preface this with the last couple of days, whatever the kids brought into the house, it is like messing me up. So my voice might get totally high pitched, and this does not mean that you guys get to make fun of me for it.
No, never.
Yeah, exactly. So that is where we will start off in a bright, fresh, blue, beautiful morning. What would you like to do?
I will say I've moved that one barrel of whiskey that I bought from Old Girls to the Fire Forge house, so that like he's putting me up. I can at least supply. I mean, between the two of us, is probably only a couple days of whiskey if we, go easy on it. But still, it's the thought that counts.
No.
I finished half the barrel in one day by myself. But if I add another dwarf, we can make this last 2 more days. Somehow that math isn't mathing.
To be
She
fair,
doesn't
I did
usually
get
drink
sick
that
with
halfway.
half of it, so
No, she doesn't usually drink that heavily. She was like trying to get drunk and like, yeah, but now she's not. So to her, 2 dwarves drinking and not getting drunk, like half a barrel of whiskey is perfectly fine for a couple days if you're not trying to get drunk. But then again, she probably is a bit of a lightweight at this point because it's been a while.
Only thousands of years. It's it's fine. It's nothing.
Hey, you don't know that. You 100% think I'm just a lightweight.
I mean, it's probably true. Which Vildrak would start his day by donning yet another robe, not the yellow feathery one from the day previous. No, this one is purple and bedazzled and has fringe on the sleeves. It's very classy. And he would start his day with a good old dwarven espresso, which is that giant mug of espresso that the housekeeper makes. And then he would add some of the whiskey to it. It's a dwarven espresso.
Irish coffee, dwarven espresso, same.
Yeah,
Yep.
Exactly. 6 of one, half dozen other.
You will very quickly get Yabrula on that train. She's going to like take one look at that and be, oh, actually, that looks quite good.
Yeah. You'll keep the hair on your chest.
And then I'm going to go see if the town needs a blacksmith, I guess.
Okay. So you head out and you start walking through. You'll notice that there is a fairly decent merchant's quarter, but most of the goods here are shipped in, sold at Whisper's General Store. There is not much of a smithy per se currently.
Is there like the bones of one, or like something that could become a smithy, or like is there no?
You see a town in development. Currently, they don't have an in-house blacksmith. They are more running off of tinkers plying their trade, coming in, mending broken pots when they are here, or the Good Whisper does a really good market in new and fresh metallurgical items. As far as the bones of one, give me a history and an investigation check.
Do I get history on this or advantage on this particular history check?
No, not currently.
Okay, that's a 9 for history, and investigation is a 19.
You are searching for kind of this concept of your family smithy that would have been in the area. And you'll notice that while a lot of the layout seems very similar, you, as you're investigating and looking at various buildings throughout the morning, you can clearly tell where some buildings were built upon like existing ancient foundations. But you are completely lost in turnaround in where your specific family would have set up shop. In the thousands of years that you have been asleep, the rivers have eaten away at some of the landscape. The way that things have flowed changed. The forests that you remember just set off to the north have receded back even further. There's more local farms that are within a couple-hour walk away. The terrain is memorable with the mountains, but even those have changed over the last couple of thousands of years.
Including the 2 lesbian dragons.
Yes, you are not currently aware of the 2 lesbian dragons unless somebody has explicitly told you.
I feel like I probably would have heard of them a day. Someone has
I mean,
to be
you spent
2 lesbian
you
dragons.
spent your first day drunk. Your second day
my night drunk.
Okay, your night drunk. Your second day at threat of your life and hungover.
Is she? So she's walking around town?
Yeah.
All right. As I see her walking around looking confused, Kaitos will just kind of like see her and not really knowing how to approach, but wanting to be nice, he will pick up a rock and then he casts flowering on it, so it is now covered with flowers. And he will just pick one up and just and be like, "A fine morning to you. How does the head feel after drinking all that ale?"
It was grounding. No, that's not the right accent. Hold on. How do I do a Scottish?
I have to decide where I am from. It's a Scottish accent, is what I meant.
That's it. Thank you.
Right.
So,
and he will just kind of give her the flower. And just.
Thank you, Kaitos. Hey, the battle was grounding, eh?
Just enjoying the morning stroll, then.
Trying to get my bearings.
Oh, you just missed it. Every morning there's a pair of lovely dragons that just go flying overhead. They seem to be nested up in the hills up there.
Dragons. That's...
Yeah, but it's all right. They're the nice ones. We give them sheep every once in a while, and then they don't eat us, and then, they kind of protect, their land, so to speak. So, it's kind of like mutually beneficial.
You're gonna see her kind of like get this, because Am I gonna at this point get this almost like a prickling of a memory that's like intersecting with the timeline I know?
Give me a history check.
Okay. You know, I'm bad at these.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, 16.
Something tickles the back of your memory. You know that somewhere in your past, you and your party earned the title Dragon Slayer.
She's gonna kind of just like get this look on her face and then look towards. You don't mean no up there, right?
Hey, over there. But like I said, it's all right.
How long they been there?
Oh, for hundreds of years, from what I reckon. But it's all right because you see, nature has a way of balancing out, which is kind of, my specialty and what I'm here for anyway. So if something was afoot, then I wouldn't really, tolerate it. But these dragons, like I said, they seem to keep the area's equilibrium a little bit, it's just. I know to most people, they hear dragons and they're like, oh, dragon, he's eating me. But, these ones aren't like that.
And like she'll start to kind of like chuckle at that, but then she just gets like this very confused look on her face, like almost like when you have something, you're trying to remember it and it's right at the tip of your tongue and it's not clicking and it's almost painful. That's the look on her face right now.
What, do I smell bad or something? Is it? I washed up in the lake this morning.
No, not that. I'm, like I say, getting my bearings. I don't know.
Well, if you're looking for bears, there's some out in the woods out there.
I could do with wrestling the bear. No.
I could be a bear. What? Anyway.
Hey, I'm pretty sure that by technical definitions, Vildrak's still back at the house. Just saying.
It's all right. I can be a bigger bear. And
Talon's done already. We broke him.
I can be a bigger bear. It's all right.
I'm just gonna lock my door so no children come down.
You're child friendly.
No.
You're PG-13 in the best of cases. And we are very seldom in the best of cases.
Yeah.
Daddy, what is the little middle-aged dwarven lady doing with that bear? She's wrestling, son.
When a dwarf lady falls
them.
in love with a bear,
They wrestle.
they wrestle. That bear's name is Halson. Anyway.
Those squirrels have seen too much.
Those poor squirrels.
You know, I have to actually do that in Baldur's Gate.
Anyway.
Never gone that route. Not into bears. But she's just gonna kind of. You been in town long?
Do what?
You been in town long?
Not really. How long would I have been in town? A few weeks? Few months? I know.
I don't know. We can work on a little bit more of a stringent timeline together. I would say if you know about the dragons, you've been around for at least a month in order to kind of witness that change. And while we haven't specifically introduced your character, it's also very likely that it took you some time to work up to the title of Bar Wench.
So you've not seen sort of the bones of the town, right? We can't hear you. Still can't hear you. Nope.
Sorry, what was the question?
And
Oh, that
It's
one was for
not
Brian.
TNT and Brian doesn't have tech issues. Guys, Vito!
he'll be back.
Meanwhile, my dog is going to throw a temper tantrum. You need to stop this, amore mio.
While he is getting ready to come back, let's cut over to Athera and Aravel. You guys wake up. Bright, sunny, fresh day at the Order of the Blue Antirinium. What are you two doing this morning?
I would say this particular morning, Aravel woke up just before sunrise and was hitting the practice range extra early to deal with all of the emotions and frustration going through his brain right now, and might be mentally picturing a certain dwarf on the target while that is happening to process in a healthy way after.
I know not technically your proficiencies, but give me a performance check.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Story 21.
You unconsciously get into this rhythm as you are practicing your blade work against this wooden practice target. And with your brain going where it went, you carve out this perfect, like, museum quality piece of artwork from this practice target. As Kildrak's body and face and dwarven man-thong take shape under your blade as you are hacking vigorously at it. And after a few hours of blade practice, a wooden aspect of your boyfriend stands directly in front of you.
I'm going to carry it to Vildrak's house.
Please tell me that me and Kythers are like standing right outside and he just comes walking past us with his wooden cutout.
How big is this wooden cutout? Is it
Roughly
life-size?
dwarven man-shape sized. It is
So would
a...
Aravel even have the strength to carry it?
I mean,
It's fueled by rage and loss. Okay.
It's fueled by rage, disassociation, and loss. And I need to get it out of my sight right now because I haven't fully processed everything yet.
You could chop it into pieces.
Nope.
Oh, don't do that. That was the sexiest of dwarves right there.
So they'll like see me passing, but I'm
not-
not acknowledging anyone else right now because I'm going to drop this off and then immediately go back home.
Who's he? He will say to you, Brula, who barely knows.
I don't know. Never seen him. Or wait, do you mean the statue or the twink?
Kythos will spit out some of his tea.
Aravel, you have no problem carrying this aspect, again, fueled by... You have the power of anger and disassociation on your side, and no one should fuck with you.
I knock on the door.
Hey, come on in.
Here you go. And I put it down right in front of the door and I walk away.
And standing in front of you is roughly 1/16 inch of a shorter, dwarven shaped statue carved out of wood. The hacks and the planes are relatively rough. Obviously, it hasn't been sanded down, But it is unmistakably your brother standing naked in just his dwarven man thong.
Vildrak is just going to, in his doorway, holding his dwarven espresso. What the fuck is going on? And he looks at the statue, and he sees Aravel running. Well, I'd say probably quickly walking, not running, quickly
Yeah.
walking away. I guess we all have to work through stuff in our own way. And he'll just pick up the effigy and put it over one shoulder, and then he'll go to Kildrak's old room and just like push the door open and stand it in there, and then close the door, and then go back to the counter where he was enjoying his morning coffee. And we will tell no one about this.
Side note, I've been watching Scrubs a lot lately, so I'm just getting like Kildrak is now Rowdy, the stuffed dog from Scrubs. Athera, how are you spending your morning?
She is spending the morning under a blanket in the dark, trying to hide from the sun for a little bit. She'll get up eventually, but she needs a little bit.
Probably when I get back is when you're getting up.
Precisely.
All right, Brula and Kythos, now that Brian is able to talk to us, continue on with your conversation.
I feel like whatever we're saying is going to sort of trail off as we watch Aravel walk by with his statue, and I'm just going to like...
Of a naked man.
Yeah.
Not completely naked.
Tastefully covered in a dwarven man thong.
Tastefully covered.
Would he have the dwarven man thong, or would he have been carved with like a leaf over?
Your guys' romance started
probably
at
would have
the
provided
flashing
more
of a
coverage.
dwarven man thong.
No, I
be a
would have
dwarven
been.
man thong.
Because if it was a leaf, it'd be a fig leaf.
Be a palm leaf, more like shit.
A palm leaf would cover all of Kildrak.
Look, Kildrak's not here to
Would it?
directly banter with anymore, so I have to get in when I can.
Look, it's a fucking sage leaf.
Anyway,
We'll go with a sprig of cilantro.
Yes.
I don't think that's accurate. But anyway,
It's canon now.
It is
yeah,
canon.
you know
now.
what? You know what? If Aravel's staying in form, it would be an eggplant.
This is an expression of elven rage and loss, okay?
Yes, and he lost something very specific.
It's
Anywho,
chopped off.
damn,
Oh,
so vicious.
But no, I'm just just you ask if I know who he is, and I'm just like, the statue or the twink?
That. Well, I don't know if that's the correct term to be using for him, but maybe it is. He's rather androgynous, but I do mean the guy carrying the statue, not the physical specimen and absolute unit of a statue that he's carrying.
No, some say that Aravel's jawline grew 3 sizes that day. He is no longer just the twink. He is the Fabio twink.
I'd like to point out, Justin, that I did not start this today.
Oh, I'm aware. This is the one time I'm giving you a free pass.
I want to say something, but I shouldn't. Oh my god.
well, on that note,
But
as you guys continue your conversation and Athera finds a little bit more time in bed, and Aravel has hopefully worked out in a somewhat healthy manner. I don't know. You tell me. Some of his turbulent emotional state, and Vildrak is enjoying his dwarven coffee. The morning passes. Midday rises, and lunchtime is calling. What do you like, or what do you want to do?
Athera, you want to go get something to eat?
You see some rustling under the covers by her face, and she sort of slowly pulls the blanket down. Yeah, I have to go get my bow and arrows back anyway. And then
What?
she like throws the blanket off. Oh, I may have had a poor reaction to our new friend.
Okay. Well, at
Can I
least you recognize it's a poor reaction.
can I say that I would have already gone and gotten my weapons, and when I did, I would have taken Athera's and like brought them to her house and just left them in the like inside the front door for her.
I'm not sure if Morgul would have let you get them, but I don't know. Oh, I don't know that Athera would like you touching her stuff either.
I would say Kythos would be able to retrieve it and bring it to you guys, hoping that a night's rest would have cooled heads.
Oh, Yabrula would have gotten her stuff back as soon as like the standoff was over, and like kind of the morning dissipated into Athera going back to her place to dissociate.
You guys would have been
And
able
then
to get
she'd
your
probably-
weapons back. There would have been no issues there, as long as you came in one at a time and not together.
I don't think Athera would have picked them up until now. She wouldn't have had a need to.
I would have gotten mine immediately, and then probably spent the rest of the day like grilling Vildrak on like, okay, so what's going on with this place? Why were you in the dungeon? Like, kind of just trying to get up to speed.
Aye, well, you seen then. I mean, everyone has their own reasons for being here, yeah? But as for me and my brothers and my sister, we came here seeking our fortune. My brother was a bit of a, shall we say, fell off the wagon a bit, yeah? So I figure, good adventure, straighten them out. So we came, seeking glory, made a deal with the mayor to dive deep, and uncover the so-called secrets, you see. Well, turns out it's a bit more than that. There's part of us, it's like a part of us stayed in that dungeon. Or maybe more accurate, part of the dungeon left with us. Hard to say.
How do you
But
mean?
well, when we're down there, time has a way of not working as you'd think it would. Every time we go down, a couple days, maybe a week will pass. We come back, the city's almost forgot about us. Keeps growing by leaps and bounds. Found out weeks to months have passed. And it's like, it's hard. It's hard to not go back. I don't really have a good answer for it.
At this, Yabrula, you would feel something that has been sitting there this entire time that went unrecognized. Almost a tugging at your soul. and it feels like it's drawing your feet back on the paths that you tread leaving the dungeon. As Vildrak puts words to it, the feelings crest and crescendo over you. And right around the edges of your vision, a green film. Not noticeable, not covering anything, but just around the peripherals. It's almost as though a green fog sits there, surrounding you.
Well, that's not good. She's gonna just immediately like slam her mug down because she's probably at this point just sitting in the kitchen with Vildrak drinking whiskey, as dwarves do when they have nothing better to do, and just try. Can I make an Arcana check to see if I know what that is and if I can place it and like kind of pick up any kind of magical signature connecting to a certain mage?
Give me an Arcana check.
$14.
It feels familiar. You can't tie it to a specific mage. It's from your memory, this is not what Unuvras's magic felt like. As he cast in battle side by side with you and the sparks would fly, this feels different. But different in the way that if you listen to a string of music just long enough, you might be able to recognize a drum beat or that 4-chord press that tends to be in most songs. There's a familiarity, but enough is built on top of it that the fingerprint seems off.
So something that used to be his, but is...
Maybe.
Does it feel corrupted?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 11.
It doesn't feel corrupted. And if you try and dive into that feeling, lose yourself into that introspection, you feel sad. In fact, this crescendo of heartbreak flows over you, and I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Not 20 for a 27.
You feel, and all of a sudden, everything that you have experienced in your life flows over top of you. The death of the people in your village, the loss of family members, watching your friends and compatriots die, I just saw your message, Brian. I'll get to responding to it in a second. And all of a sudden, this realization that everyone you ever knew, potentially your entire family lineage, no longer walks across the face of the planet.
That's why she got drunk the previous day. That is exactly why.
And by the barest margin, you were able to stop yourself from breaking down into tears.
Would Vildrak pick up on that?
You can roll a perception check. I will tell you the DC is going to be extremely high because her saving throw was very, very well done.
Yeah, no, he didn't see shit.
He's more worried about the whiskey in his glass.
Exactly.
And that's probably about when Yabrula would have gotten up and gone outside and just like muttered something about she needs to find something to hit. And like she's going to look for like basically to like ground herself in something normal, like smithing. It grounds her. That was what she did. So she's like looking for a place to do that, or potentially find a way to make it so she can do that. And that's about when she would have run into Kythos. I think he's frozen.
Me?
Nope, there is. Yeah. You're back.
No, I was responding to Discord messages. Yeah, so as you go through this, best way that I can explain this, and this is kind of me geeking out a little bit. There was a very famous in a TV show courtroom legal drama thing where somebody was suing over the rights of a song, and what they were saying was the notes, the refrain, the chords were stolen from their song, even though everything else was replaced. And that's kind of the difference that you're feeling here. But as you stare into this, the only thing that you could potentially think of is just this wave of sadness. So as you are looking for someplace to essentially pound out your emotions into hot metal, as stated previously, there's just nothing here for that.
And she's walking through the town, and like everything she sees is just a reminder of like, hey, everything you knew is gone.
And the sadness stays. Because as you do your history, as you investigate, you can see the bones. The bones live. But as petrified beings, as fossils, as memories of a time that no longer exists except for you. And as you have this conversation with Kythos and you realize that these four, okay, I won't be that mean, these four compatriots are now three original compatriots as they've blundered their way through this dungeon. Even the things that you would have expected as time meandered on are no longer a thing. And you see the world unraveling around you.
And even her memories are unraveling at this point. Like, it's like nothing is really untouchable. Like it's not even like she's standing alone and like, you know, a maelstrom of a changing world that has left her behind. Like even she is subject to it. Like it's just very disconcerting.
So as lunchtime comes along, is there anything, as you've kind of made your way around town and not found what you were looking for, is there anything else that you're doing?
Honestly, I'd probably go talk to the mayor. Because you want town. Seems like everything runs through the mayor here. And I want to kind of get the official deal on what's going on in terms of sending people into these dungeons. And just, I don't know. She's still trying to get the gist of things and trying to just do something at this point. Because if
As
she
you walk-
stops moving, she's gonna flounder. So she needs to just keep doing things.
As you walk over to the mayor's house, you see, kind of as depicted on the map in front of you, this big, beautiful, almost mansion-esque style structure, still in construction. At least the east wing is completely done, but the west wing is still being set up. You see a lake or a pond in front of you. And on the front of the manor house, there's a bell. And the pond, give me a history check real quick.
So, as she's rolling that, out of curiosity, would Kaitos have had to present himself to her to be able to
Not
go into the
specifically.
dungeons?
Only if he was wanting to go into the dungeon, for lack of a better phrase, ethically. But as Kythos is doing his own thing in accordance with your backstory, that's something that you have to decide whether or not you presented yourself.
I got a 14.
You look in the center of this pond, and you feel hope for a brief second as you see a young cherry blossom tree rising from the center of this pond. And for a moment, even though you were a dwarf and you're not as tree-esque, you remember this grand, sprawling, ancient cherry blossom tree set to the outskirts of your village. You know that that tree was originally surrounded by all of this lore, that it was a gift, and it had lived and it had grown and was the only one of its kind. And you see an offshoot of that tree still here today. And as you look at the pond, you see a very familiar aspect. As two axolotls swim in a circle, never quite touching, but never deviating or leaving. And you are struck by a profoundness that this location has.
She's gonna kind of just like stand there for a while staring at this and like just face unreadable as ever. Like girly pop does not do visible emotions if she can help it, but just like inside there is just kind of the faintest kind of just like, well, at least this is still here. At least something else survived in a way.
Is Kaito still with you, or did you leave him? I'm confused. Because he would have walked with you until you said you wanted some privacy.
Oh, I assume they kind of just parted ways at a certain point. But no, I mean he could still be there.
I mean, it's your story if you want to.
No, I'd say she probably wouldn't have shooed him away. She's just not really making active conversation at the moment because she is still very overwhelmed.
So could I make an insight check as I just watch her like staring at the axolotls? Which I mean, fair, because axolotls are hella cute, so easy to stare at.
Google what an axolotl looks like because I have no idea.
Adorable.
Oh my god, they're the best.
They're
Mhm.
so the best. They smile all the time.
Oh my goodness!
God. How do you not know what an axolotl is? I'm
I
so
feel like
sad
I've
for
seen it
you.
before and I just forgot. What is that?
But would
Their
that,
water's
would that be
coming in.
okay?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought
Go
they
ahead and make an
did
insight check.
here.
Okay, that is an 18 for a 27.
Are you contesting this, Jabrula, or are you just trying to maintain your emotions?
Honestly, unless he was actively talking to her, she's completely forgotten he was there. So she's not really contesting it.
See, but how close was he standing? Because I feel like he would like tower over her, and he would be like a
That's true, and
shadow.
she is very kind of. I'm gonna do like a performance check.
I would say if she's like standing there looking at the axolotls, because if he's been here long enough, he has seen the axolotls and probably comes to just sit and observe. So if he saw Yabrula looking, instead of just like towering over her, he would give her just a little bit of space and just kind of sit down crisscross applesauce and just kind of like sit there like swaying with the breeze. Like,
All right, since we
I
had
got, like,
Kythos
11
already
on it.
roll, give me whatever is highest for you: performance, persuasion, or deception, with advantage since your facial features aren't being seen, and he's got to read your body language from behind.
Oh, my persuasion's actually higher. 21.
So you notice that as she stares at this, her spine becomes a little bit straighter, her back becomes a little bit more, I don't know, for lack of a better phrase, almost rigid, flexed.
Warrior, suppose.
And you would attribute this to an emotional reaction, but without being able to see her face, you're not really sure what kind of reaction you're seeing.
fair enough. So upon this, he'll just kind of almost like to himself, just kind of be like, water is such a beautiful thing sometimes, just how it ebbs and flows and shapes everything around it.
Hmm.
Sometimes it can bring peace. Sometimes it can be turbulent and it can take you places you aren't ready to go.
Rory's been more of a stone person.
Well, you're a dwarf, so that doesn't surprise me, but look at the mountains
Sound
over
like a
there.
dwarf. Why do you sound like a dwarf, Kythos?
I don't sound like a dwarf.
Got the accent. Many of my people have.
No, my accent comes to the front of the mouth, not the back of the throat, so it's different. Above table, the difference between Irish to Scottish. But he relates you to stone. Look at the mountains over there. My gods, if they could speak and tell you everything that they've seen. They stand here, unmoving, yet steadfast, weathering all that's poured upon it, ever present. It's a powerful image, isn't it?
No,
Now, if these mountains can weather all that the gods have thrown at them, kind of makes everything that we face seem kind of small in comparison, doesn't it? It's all about the balance, the light and the dark. You can't be sitting here trapped in your thoughts, taking you into dark places. You gotta let the light in every once in a while, eh?
not used to having much else for a while now. Guys are being dicks in the comments.
They are.
She's just gonna kind of I wish the mountains could speak. They could tell me what I missed. Seems I missed quite a bit.
You know, my dad used to tell me that everything happens exactly as it's supposed to. Everything unfolds in exactly the way it's meant to. We are just kind of along for the ride. So sometimes it's not for us to question why, but just how we react to it.
And she's gonna just kind of think on that for a second and think of like all the people who she's seen die horribly, and then she's just gonna, I think your dad didn't know what he was talking about. And then she's just gonna like turn and walk into the mayor's house with that.
You're going to meet the mayor without an appointment then?
Aye.
Do you mind if I go with you? I haven't met her yet. You know, if I plan on venturing into the dungeons, I might want to do that. And he will be like pulling out a shirt that he has previously not been wearing because you don't cover all that.
She's just gonna just, all right. And then she's just gonna start knocking.
As you are knocking, the bell rings right next to your face. And the door opens, and you see this very tall, spindly, older man. He has a really well done beard, and he is in the strangest garb that you have ever seen. Today, he is wearing a full-on professor tweed cut suit. His back is still straight, unbowed with age. His coat, like I said, is brown. His necktie is brown, also of the same tweed material. His shirt is very well pressed, lays flat against his collar, but looks like it's a little bit rough. And he just looks at you and goes, and then he stares.
Marin.
And all of a sudden, he'll kind of cover his face and just. May I help you?
Aye. Is the mayor in?
I'm not sure that I'm understanding you. What are you asking?
Where's the mayor?
Oh, the mayor. It's not normal that she gets unannounced guests at this hour. May I ask who's calling?
Yabrula Steelman.
Yabrula Steelman. And you'll see he'll like pull out of his hip pocket, and somehow his suit pants, like, they were very well tailored, very well fit. There was no way that you would have thought that he was concealed carrying a notebook. But out it comes, and he flips through some pages.
Is that a freaking timetable? She's like sitting there, like her eye twitching, just resisting the urge to just grab that and fling it into the pond.
No, I don't see a Yabrula Steelman.
I'm new to town.
Oh, you're new to town. Well, why didn't you say so? And you'll see out of his left jacket pocket, he'll pull out a pen and he'll come down and he'll start writing in the book. So, Miss Steelmane, how can I be of service?
You gonna let me see the mayor?
Oh, I'm so sorry. The mayor is booked up all week. I'm sure I could fit you in. And he flips more through the little notebook. How does 4 Tuesdays from now at. No, I'd have to move that one around and this one up here. I think I could get you 5 minutes with the mayor from 11:05 in the morning to 11:10, but I must warn you, if you're even a minute late, we may take in her next appointment early. Shall I put you down on the calendar?
This is for today, or
And he flips back through a few pages. Oh, no, no. You see, the mayor has canceled all of her appointments for the day. She said she was taking a personal day. I cannot pencil you in anywhere. I'm terribly sorry, but I think 4 Tuesdays from now at 11:05 to 11:10. I can't hear you, Brian. From 11:05 to 11:10. And I do recommend that you be here at least an hour early. I think
you
that's the
can.
best that I can do.
How about you tell the mayor that this is concerning Unuvras' dungeons and the potential for this town to have a proper smithy?
And he'll flip through some more pages. Smithy, you say? No. 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 I'm sorry, but the very best that I can do is next Wednesday at 16:55 to 1700. Again, I recommend that you be here an hour early.
All right.
Shall I pencil you in then?
Sure.
Yabrula Steelmane Smith. I have you penciled in. You may come back then. Is there anything else I can do to help you this evening? Or this afternoon, excuse me.
She's gonna just turn and leave. she's done.
Kythos, you would see the facade of a very uptight butler just completely diminish for a second as he just made a gesture not worth repeating on stream at Yabrula's back. Before the mayor's door
that's a little
closed.
rude. All right, so what did I miss while I was gone? Because I had to restart my computer again.
I got penciled in for like 4 weeks from now for 5 minutes with the mayor. I don't think you're getting it. So I've got to just stick with this accent because if I switch out of it, I'm losing it the rest of the night.
You worked your way down to next Wednesday.
That's true.
So at least a week from now.
She's gonna
So,
just
upon this, like upon Yabrula walking away, Kythos will just kind of sit there and be like, "Is she the only one that can give permission for adventurers to make their way into the dungeons?" Then, Did I ask a question that froze the DM? I think I did.
I thought that was to you, Brula.
No.
Repeat the question for me, please.
He'd say to the butler after he was being very rude, rude gestures aside, is she the only one that can grant permission to go into the dungeons then?
I mean, the door got slammed in your face.
Then I will knock at it again.
And you will see the bell tinkle off onto the side, and the door will open. Ah, I do believe, Master Tiefling, what can I do for you today?
Why, the name is Kythos. I was just wondering, who do I have to see to get permission to go into the dungeons then?
And you'll see he'll pull out the same notebook and he'll go flipping through.
And like as he does, I will drop like, let's say 3 gold. Like kind of Jack Sparrowish, like in the book. I think you'll see that I penciled in right about here.
He sees it and flips through it, and you see him just continuing to flip pages, but it's a little bit more it's a little bit slower now.
He'll put 3 more in there.
And the pages flip even slower.
Oh, come on. 3 more? You're really testing my patience now.
Oh, you wish to enter the dungeon, do you?
Aye.
Well, to do so, as it is the property of Mayor Lady Thibre, you must speak to her and gain her permission. With that being said, we do already have 6 adventurers that are delving the dungeon for us.
Aye, that you do, but I heard that at least one of them had to make his way out of there. I saw a rather grumpy-looking dwarf make his way past just not long ago. Perhaps I could take his spot.
And at this, you'll see him slam his book shut. One of them walked off, you say?
Well, walked is a generous word.
Really, 3 of them have. Or, hold on. No, not 3 of them. 2 of them have.
No, one of them is
Actually.
he's
Yeah,
up
3
at,
of them actually. Kildrak, Sildrak, and Leona.
At this, you will see him become exasperated. And he will beckon you into the foyer. And he will disappear up the stairs.
So as Kythos walks in, he'll just kind of reach back and grab Brula by the collar and just kind of like drag her with. And like before she has a chance to say anything, he'll just like you'll see Kythos like, just go with it.
She's willing to.
He comes back with a signed contract, and he's reading through it, and he's looking at a clause, and he goes, I must ask you for a favor. There seems to be some sort of danger afoot. And so Lady Thibre had me cancel all of her appointments for the day. She is currently speaking with her closest advisors over at Mogril's Tavern. If you could attend her there, I'm sure she would be able to see you. And at this, he opens his book to one of the pages that holds 3 of your gold coins.
Yep.
A tip for the runner, if you like, good sir.
Aye, very well then. I appreciate your generosity in the matter. And he'll give him
This
kind of
information must reach her post haste, and he will pass the rolled up parchment to you, and make sure that you show her this.
Right. We shall do so with the utmost expediency.
Is this rolled up or is it sealed?
It is rolled up.
Good. As soon as the door shuts and they're out of sight of the house, I'm reading that shit.
I have it, and I'm not letting it go. You don't read official documents. And
do
because
want
you
the
are all of
house.
what, 4 feet tall? And Kythos is almost 7, he will hold it way up there.
Can I make an athletics check to climb him?
With our previous conversation, yeah, that tracks. Maybe now would be a good time for the bio break.
We're about 5 minutes
Climb
off of
him
that.
like a tree.
So I will say, like, Kythos taking this very seriously because he is mission-minded at the moment. He
So
will
am
just
I,
say,
but I don't trust people.
I understand you don't trust people, but we got things to do, and this lady is the only way to do it. Now, if you fuck this up, or if I fuck this up, this could ruin our chance to get in the dungeons at all. And you
Hey,
know, as well as I do, how picky dwarves are about what is their property and where you have permission to go.
1, it's not sealed. They will not know. 2, I am going in that dungeon, regardless of what some mayor says.
Well, I'm with you on that one, but, you know, for propriety, or for at least appearance of propriety, we've got to go. So, heel toe, let's go. Here we go. And then he just kind of like starts marching towards Mogrels.
I'm going to say no climbing. I think that's a great way to let that piece just kind of play.
Coward.
Here is a
Climb
good
later.
stopping point for the bio break. But before we go into it, are the two of you just going to Mogul's Tavern? Are you picking up the rest of the party?
Well, I kind of think that, at least from Kythos' mind, like, he knows they all have permission to be in the dungeon already, so he is going about his way, so he doesn't see any need to get them yet.
Okay. Do you concur, Yabrula?
See, the thing is, he'd gotten upset when Kythos had said that, you know, people in the original party were no longer there, that the number had gone down. So, like, to her, that's like, okay, maybe the party needs to be involved in this. But also, she hadn't really been listening at that point. She'd been actively walking away. So I don't know. If
I would
she
say if I
sees-
had to yank you by the back of your collar, you probably didn't see that part.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, no, I wouldn't have caught that. So I'm just glad to actually get in with the mayor, and just she's mission minded too at this point.
All right.
Okay. So as the two of you head to Mogul's Tavern, we will stop there for a bio break and see everyone in about 5 minutes. If you can roll it, Brian.
Here we go.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to Unuvras' Wyrm, session 16, The Thunder Rolls. We have spent the last hour and a half getting Yabrula and Kythos a little bit more acquainted within Thibray's Pond, and then Aravel hacking and crashing and... Nope. I gotta rephrase. I heard it in my own head.
Come on, tell it.
Venting his anger out onto a wooden post, not beating off his anger onto a wooden post, creating a carved statue of Kildrak. Vildrak is enjoying his nice dwarven coffee, and as Yabrula and Kythos start heading towards Mogrel's Tavern, Athera said that there was something that she wanted to do. Athera?
Okay. Before Aravel and Athera go get their lunch, Aravel would probably notice Athera looks a little bit more morbid than normal. She's less, I don't know, she's even more pale than she normally is every day. And for a Shadow Kai, that's pretty bad. She would sort of stop him and just say, hey, before we go, can we talk for a second?
Yeah. What's going on?
What exactly do you remember from that night?
Which night?
And she would sort of get this look in her eyes. It's almost like a death stare mixed with pure panic and sadness. That night when Lucinda died.
I remember being split up, and my group was focused on trying to keep everybody up and alive. So I didn't really get to see a lot of the action going on. I know we got word of a blow to end it all, but I mean, I didn't really see anything. I was more concerned about my troops being up and then making sure you were alive. Why do you ask?
Because sometimes I feel like I remember everything. And then other times I can only remember bits and pieces. And there's certain things that I remember so clearly. And she'll put her hand to her cheek, like her right hand to her left cheek. And I remember Lucinda going cold. That I don't think is a feeling I'll ever be able to forget. I remember the flesh and blood everywhere. I remember a unicorn. I remember somebody saying thank you, which doesn't make any sense. And sometimes I just wish I could make sense of it. It's like there's a part of my brain that is completely shut out until it's not. And then it's either remembering things clearly or it's all, I want to say it's like a puzzle with maybe 12 pieces missing.
Well, instead of going out for food, do you want to sit here and try and talk through that puzzle and see what's going on and why you can't really remember it that much?
No, we need to eat and we have a job to do. I can't imagine Lucinda would appreciate me sulking anyway. And she'll sort of half smile. I just wanted to know if you remembered anything, because maybe if you remembered something, it would dog something, and maybe it would help. But Yabrula said something about how she knew somebody, and maybe they were friends, maybe they weren't. And I can't help but feel like everything's mixed together, and I just can't make sense of it. That's all.
Well, it was a pretty traumatic day. And sometimes we protect ourselves from stuff like that. So I might not even remember everything properly either. But once we're able to calm down a little bit, because we got all this dungeon work to do. But once we get through that, or when we have another break like this, we can sit down, we can try and mix our puzzle pieces together and see how much of the picture we can get.
Do you think it would be inappropriate to find other people who were there and maybe talk to them about it? And you can tell that Aethir is getting flustered, especially her words are not coming out properly.
I
she's
think
sort
that
of
would
in this,
actually be a great idea.
and she'll just nod.
People who have
Okay.
the same experience need help, talking about it and normalizing it rather than treating it like something that should never be talked about.
Perhaps. I'm not sure we can say what we went through as normal, though. That I don't particularly like.
Well, in our line of work, normal is a very subjective term.
She will raise an eyebrow. You're not wrong, I suppose. How are you feeling?
I'm good. And working through my demons a little bit.
She will nod, and she'll get up and sort of dust herself off.
Just don't go in the training range for a minute. I have to clean up a little still.
Oh. Okay. I mean, I couldn't go there anyway. I don't have my bow, but we should go get that, and I should apologize to Mogra.
Do you think it would go an extra mile if we took the dogs?
Yes, actually, I do. And she's 100% scratching the back of her neck, oh, I'm not ready to face this guy after what I did.
I will do our little dog whistle that I can't do because I don't know how people actually do it. To get our puppers with us.
The dogs would come trotting up to you. They are just as attentive as always.
All right, guys, you want to go see Morgirl?
Who are good doggies?
And I will grab my gear just in case anything were to happen. And do we have a leash for them, or do we let them free?
I imagine that we do not have a leash for them. Considering they're from the Shadowfell, I feel like
they're very well trained.
Yes, especially where you and I are concerned.
Okay. All right.
And Aethira, for the first time in a very long time, will put on her little order cloak. I forgot what it was called. It's in my inventory. Hold on. Talon gave it a really cool name. And I can't find it. Hold on.
Tabard?
Yes. She will actually put that on.
All right. So as you dress yourself to head over for lunch, Vildrak, are you going to eat lunch in your house, or are you heading to the tavern as well?
Hey, Yeah, it's about time he'd be heading to the tavern. Considering it looks like the housekeeper took the day off, or at least if she was there, he can't find her. Not that he was looking too hard. But yeah, he can't. You know, even a dwarf such as he cannot live on alcohol alone. So he would be heading off for some lunch.
She prefers to do her work while you are not standing openly exposed in your robe.
To be fair, Vildrak has dressed himself. He is not just wearing his robe anymore. He is actually wearing his standard attire, including his makeshift armor. He
Does
just has
that now canon include zebra print tights?
Yeah, I'd say it has to.
It has to.
Because
I mean,
he was
that's all
feeling
the
a
armor
little.
you need right there.
I mean, this is true, but yeah, sitting in the house, the empty house all day, just kind of drinking from a barrel of whiskey with a statue of his brother next to him, has kind of made him a little mopey. So he is also looking to, find trouble or start it if he can't find it. And so he's wearing his armor and he's heading to the tavern.
So,
And what
by the law, oh, what were you going to say?
and just armor in the very loosest sense of the term.
By the law of coincidences, each of you find yourself at the front of Mogrel's Tavern at about the same time. As you enter into Mogrel's Tavern, what you'll see is a relatively empty inn, relatively empty tavern. Where it's normally bustling, you, especially for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner menus, this place is pretty empty. Off into the side, you'll see a still very disheveled Groper Hard Rock sleeping mostly on one of the tavern tables. You'll see Lady Whisper, Lady Thibere, and Mogrel standing about the bar, having a very hushed and deep conversation between the three of them. And as Athera specifically walks in, Mogrel's face pops up and he has a definite scowl before he returns to his conversation.
Can I try and grab his attention?
He waves you off at the moment.
Kythos would definitely whisper to Athera, "Oh, you made him so angry."
I don't think our bribe is going to work as easy as we thought it would, Athera.
He's never even scowled at me that way. What did you do? Oh yeah, never mind.
I mean, maybe
Kythos.
he just likes me a little bit and he's disappointed.
Yeah, I knew I should have worn my robe. He seemed to enjoy that last time.
No, I don't think anyone did.
Yeah, says yeah. But no, everyone did.
Athera would definitely assuming everyone else walks forward to get a table for foods and stuff, she would just sort of stand there waiting and eyeing him a little bit.
And Kythos will kind of arm around Yabrula just a little bit, to bring her up towards Lady Thibere and just deepest apologies for interrupting there, madam, but I come with
As you are
missive.
walking towards Lady Thibere, Mogrel sees you, and he very much waves you off. He kind of gives you one of those, and he points at the larder. And
I got something from her. I don't know what he is. Butler? Does he buttle? Is he a secretary? I don't know.
you'll see.
Then he'll hold up the scroll, see,
with the pencil.
I got
You'll
told.
see Mogrel sigh in exasperation, but he'll just poke Lady Thibray on the shoulder and point at you. And she'll see you, and she'll see you holding the rolled up document, and she'll wave you forward.
And I will come up and I will give her like a deep bow. It's like as deep as Kythos can.
You just kind of see Abrula go like stiff back. Mom.
Did you just call her mom?
Mom.
Sounded like you called her mom.
No. No, my mother is long gone.
You'll see that she is kind of stressed, and she just kind of looks at you. What do you have here for me?
I beg your deepest pardon, ma'am, but I got sent this message to give to you.
And she'll take the piece of parchment, she'll unroll it, and you'll see her scowl just kind of furrow deeper. She's definitely an elder dwarf. And then all of a sudden, her face just kind of lightens. And she looks, for lack of a better term, her smile is like the Grinch's smile when he gets the idea to steal Christmas. I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting your acquaintance. I am truly grateful for you bringing me this message.
I've been here only but a few weeks, and I haven't had the pleasure of making your acquaintance just yet. But I am Kythos, just a humble traveler and barkeep here. In fact, Mogrel's finest barkeep.
Oh, so you would
like
be
Mogul,
Mogul,
right, Mogul? Right, Mogul?
and you'll see Mogul just kind of like put his head in his face.
The fact that I'm the only other barkeep besides him has nothing to do with it.
And he'll just kind of shrug. He would be right. His finest barkeep status may simply be because he is all I have, but
It's a
he is
title
indeed
rightly
my
earned.
finest barkeep.
A title rightly earned.
And Lady Thibray will look back at you. So beyond this, I cannot find it. All of a sudden, I keep shifting through accents.
I was going to say you had it for one sentence.
I did. Oh, so beyond this message, is there anything I can do for you?
Well, it's my
Not
understanding of dwarven custom that I am to present myself to you and request access to the dungeons, for I wish to delve and, maybe make a little bit of a name for myself in these parts.
Dwarven custom? There is no custom that you must present yourself to me. However, if you wish to dive into the dungeons, you must sign a contract with me.
Whatever must be done, I shall courteously oblige.
You'll see her pull out a pen, and she's going to scribble off a name on the contract and sign a couple other pieces. And then she'll present you with this contract.
Kythos will take out of his pocket just a little pair of half-moon spectacles and start reading it over.
To whom it may concern, Lady Thibray, Mayor of Thibray's Pond, shall herefore mentioned be associated as Party A. The below signed signatories shall herefore be mentioned as Party B. Should any additional signatories appear on this contract, they shall herefore be mentioned as Party C. It is Party A's responsibility to track down and assume overall responsibility for any, and at this, your eyes just start to gloss over as it goes deeper and deeper into legal jargon.
Up to and including death, dismemberment, disemboweling.
The
No-
consequences for diving into the dungeon, of which Party A bears no responsibilities should any of the aforementioned effects occur, up to and including death, dismemberment, anal seepage, lack of urinary catheterization, excessive bleeding, loss of the ability to breathe, and overall generalized effects of magic upon oneself.
Urinary catheterization. That's a word. All right.
Party B bears full responsibility for all associated medical costs, downtime, rehabilitation costs. Should there be any further signatories under Party C shall assume all associated costs in likewise to Party B, and so on and so forth.
All right. Well, if this is what must be done, and he just kind of takes a quill and just writes a name.
Do you write your name?
I put a beautiful signature on there.
You will notice that the spot that she had marked out for you to sign was directly underneath the crossed out name of Kildrak, and your name, along with your full legal name, is in underneath that signature line.
All right.
And her grin deepens just the fraction more sinisterly.
Can I do an insight check on this, like as I am about to sign?
Oh, you could 100% try and insight check her.
Hey, Talon, your 13-year-old has questions for you now.
How does a 28 do?
You realize that there is a relief and like you are a piece of meat that has now become a solution to a problem.
Well, I've been looked at as worse. All right. And I will just sign it and then hand it over to. Well, Yabrula hasn't introduced herself yet, so.
No, I'm just standing there. You kind of took the lead.
So I'll just kind of like, after I get done, I'll just kind of give her like a little bit of an elbow in the ribs, which is kind of an accomplishment for me. It wouldn't be subtle as I have to like lean way down and like.
Mom?
Why do you keep calling her mom?
I'm not.
You dwarves talk so funny.
And you will notice that she has significantly more gray hairs than you do, but she will look at you, Yabrula, with a look of kindness. And what do we have here?
My name's Yabrula Stelmine. I as well would.
This, her face takes on a very inquisitive cast. Steelman, do you say?
No.
That is a name that has not been heard around these parts for a very long time.
And she's gonna get like this very kind of uneasy feeling in her stomach, but she's gonna hide it because like stone face. Oh.
And what is it that you do here?
My hope is to become your town smith in return for access to this dungeon. You seem to know my
Well,
family's name, so you would know the quality of our work.
well, you see, just as I have promised to the adventurers that have gone into the dungeon for me up until this point, having a town smith, while it would be a great benefit, you must purchase the right here. This is all my land, do you see? And for 30,000 gold coins, I can assure you I will have a smithy erected for you.
This land was mine before you ever were born.
While I remember the Steelmanes being a great and noble caste, they did not own this land. They merely lived here,
We owned our house.
and by any rules of legality, after multiple millennium, your claims to this land have thoroughly perished. I can assure you my writ is stronger than any family ties you may have. You do not wish to challenge me on this.
Her jaw is just gonna like visibly flare. And she's gonna step a little closer and just, Mom, all due respect, I have seen invaders in this place before. Now,
Give me an insight check.
$24.
You are looking at Lady Thibray, and as you step closer, this image of this doddering older dwarven woman fades, and her entire body becomes roped with tight bound musculature. And as you stare into her eyes, that green fog that you saw at the peripherals of your vision is in her eyes. But as the green fog starts to extend and move past from her sclera into her iris, into her pupils, once it connects to her pupils, it turns bright golden and it's washed away. This is not somebody that you feel comfortable squaring up against.
Now, my lady, you may have a legal claim. However, my family has been here, buried here, built the bones of the town that you now live on.
Athera is going to come up to Yabrula and stand in front of her, sort of in between the two of them. I apologize for her rudeness. You may get back to doing what you were doing. I know you have much more important business to tend to.
I wish simply to make a deal.
She's going to give you a death glare and sort of say under her breath, now is not the time for this.
Lady Thibray will look at both of you. Ah, Lady Athera. Wow. I do believe that you and I need to have a conversation. It would seem that certain members that have signed off on your contract are no longer here with you anymore, as is informed to me by my butler. What do you have to say about that?
Absolutely nothing. Phildrack will call out from across the bar.
In truth, my lady, I do not know. Maybe they weren't cut out for it. Maybe they had more pressing issues. What I do know is that those members have been potentially replaced with this, and she'll sort of gesture her head towards Yubrula person we have pulled out of the dungeons, and she'll sort of look at Kythos and him. I assure you the work will be done. Nonetheless.
She'll look
That's
at
it.
you. She'll look at you and she'll sit there and kind of put her finger on her chin. While I had a contract with the adventures, I had an expectation of trust with you and your order. That's why your names do not appear on this contract, even though our negotiated terms with your order stayed the same. If you will look at subsection 47, paragraph G, subparagraph EQF, it specifically states, and as she unrolls this document, you'll notice this very, you talk about fine print, you almost need a magnifying glass to read this. Should the members that agree to this contract fail to uphold their duties, then Party A assumes all availability to utilize in the acceptance of sub-signatories for one expressed mission set. As you can already see, at least one of your party members has been removed, and I have accepted a new signatory in that place. And while I cannot order you nor your companion, I truly hope that you will rise to the call of this village.
She will put her right hand in a fist towards her heart and give a slight bow and then look back up. I assure you, this town means everything to me. This is my mission. We will take care of it.
Well, then I suppose you and your compatriots and we shall sit down with my advisors, and I shall inform you of the situation that is arising.
Indeed. Afterwards, I should quite like to have a word with Mogul, and she'll sort of give him a look and sort of not necessarily shrug, but her body language changes for a second to this awkwardness because she does not know how the heck she's going to explain what she did. And then she's going to look back at Lady Thibaret. What is going on right now? What is the issue at hand?
And she'll just kind of look at Mogul, and he will step aside, draw tankards for everyone. He's setting up a platter of just cold meats, cheeses, some pieces of bread, and he'll bring it over to a large table. And you'll see Lady Thibaret specifically takes the seat at the head of the table. And she waves her hands and open and welcomes you to come and sit.
What is he filling the cups with? Because I feel like it's too early for alcohol if they've got a job to do.
No, it's not. Not for dwarves.
This
Well, too bad.
He is
She says no alcohol before job done.
he is specifically pouring from Mulgrill's finest stout.
So would I see Athera's face like looking concerned about drinking so early?
She definitely looks pissed at anybody who would take that glass. Because if it's around lunchtime, sure,
All right.
like, get it. You know, mimosas are a thing, but they have a job to do. They know they have a job to do, and she is visibly irked at the thought of alcohol right now.
With a sleight of hand of a dirty 20, I would like to take the glass to hand to Athera and kind of like take the item that we discussed and just kind of like tap it real quick, and then I give it to Athera and just say, "Oh, trust me, it is custom to drink over negotiations, you know that." And then like just kind of give her a little bit of a wink.
Lady Whisper looks at you.
Whisper?
Yeah.
Okay.
She feels the magic. And she pours out the tankard and she hands it back to Mogrul. And Lady Thibre looks and goes,
Well, I was just changing Athera's, not
I know,
Lady
I know.
Thibre's.
Trust me, I know.
Okay.
Peace. I understand that it is a little bit early to be drinking such a stout brew. However, the conversation that we must have, we shall all need its fortification by the end of this. Lady Athera, I recognize and appreciate your commitment to your duty, but let your compatriots rest up. As I said, we shall all need the fortification before this conversation is through.
Oh shit, I tried.
And more than that, Vildrek's gonna chime in as he sits down with everybody else. Me and Manana over there, we've been drinking since this morning anyway. What's a little more?
A sign of alcoholism?
Athera is going to look at Arabelle and sort of like pull him aside. I know that we are of the same rank, but I beg of you, what do I do in this situation?
Wait, what? Sorry, you were a little quiet there.
I'm sorry, I was trying to be quiet, but she basically says, I know that we are of the same rank, but what am I supposed to do in this situation? And she looks utterly flabbergasted, like mind-boggled at the thought of drinking when they're supposed to be going on a mission.
Well, we can't control what they do. We can completely not drink and be fine. It's just they are now going to be responsible for any action that they take afterwards. It's a little bit of letting go that we're not used to.
Okay, as he says this, or after he says this,
all right, it's enough.
You will drink the whole cup. She's just gonna down it.
That's not. Oh, dear.
And Vildrak and Arabelle would 100% clock that is not like her at all. So I'm just gonna say that and have it. Let it be.
Eyelash, finally. Looks like I'm starting to rub off on you.
What was that?
She looks absolutely disgusted for a second at Vildrek's comment. You will not rub anything on me or off of me. I've seen you, and I don't. Oh, and she'll sort of put her hand on her forehead. We have business to talk about.
I'm
what
gonna
is it
move
that's
Athera
happening?
to the other side of the table.
I didn't think it was that strong. Yeah, it seemed to hit her quite quick.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks.
So, as you all sit and Lady Thibray invites you to eat, she will look around the table. There's grave news that I must present with each of you. And as of now, there's one person sitting at this table that has no claim to this information. And she will push the contract over to Yrula. You may sign, Steelmane, or you may leave. For I will not have anybody mucking up my village. And she will wait.
I will read that entire contract before I sign anything.
Give me... What's a good knowledge check?
And like she came here specifically to bargain like her smithing abilities to like get a fairer deal for herself.
Break the fan.
Give me 2 seconds.
Why?
You know what? DM shall speak. Give me a religion check. As I feel like lawyers very much worship the law.
I have anything that'll make this better. No, what's old? 13.
You are reading this contract, and it is amazing legalese. It is not written for the lay person. There are words that you gloss over that you don't understand the liability associated with it. There are references to personnel that you are very confused about. You do
See-
understand that the rest of the party took on the contract and they had 2 options. They could either give a portion of their money from every dungeon delving adventure to Lady Thibray because she overall controls not only the dungeon but the land associated to it, and adventurers are in a separate class. Or they could do a lesser portion and have the right to purchase property. That property was also at 30,000 gold pieces. The terms that she gave you are the same terms and just as fair as the rest of the party previously signed.
See, I'm going to argue because I know you said I don't really know the jargon. And, like, yes, my knowledge is probably outdated to an extent. However, a lot of legal jargon in terms of, like, I mean, if you think about just, like, in our world and not D&D world, based on the Latin language, ancient language, no longer in existence. But if it's based on more, like, kind of ancient dead language here, I actually might know that language quite well. And
What is your intelligence score?
hold on. Also, she was a smith. My intelligence is an 11. I'm average. Shut up.
Average.
Shut up.
We as average people can't go and read friggin'
If I will make you the same offer that I made Brian previously. If I pull a legal contract and I send it to you, and you, as yourself, can express exactly what is in this legal contract, then I will allow you to argue for better terms in the future.
All right.
I don't know if I'd play this game with the DM.
But no, she would have signed contracts for smithing work for her family business. So like, while she may not, because what I'm trying to say is that like she may not be like know a whole bunch,
Historically speaking,
but
most agreements were not written down in a contract legal forum.
I would say because they had contract
a-
in medieval times, right? They had contracts for work that was done legitimately, written out ones. And if you read those contracts, even translated to modern English, and compare them to modern legalese, they are nowhere near the same thing. It literally goes from you are saying you will do this task for this compensation to everything that is spelled out in
versus
society has gotten more litigious.
to U.S. Title 870.11, you assume the associated responsibility under U.S. Title 842.97.
See, he's coming at it from contract stuff. I'm coming at it from the guy that has been in trouble. Like, I'm not going to shy away from the fact that I've been arrested before. And when you read out those charges, those are even written out in legal jargon that's hard to understand. Like,
I am not a lawyer, and I will never present myself to be a lawyer. However, I am in charge of numerous people where to remove them from their position, it is a legal action. And as such, I have had to be trained in how to write specific references in accordance with modern U.S. code in order to back up the charges that I insinuate against somebody. And that is extremely different from if you make me a iron-studded wagon wheel, I will pay you 25 gold pieces.
Fine. All right, fine. But she will still try to, just be like, is there a way that we can incorporate the skills I bring to this town? You clearly know my family's name and the quality of our work.
Your family's work hasn't been seen for over 2,000 years. And while I may have heard of the Steelmanes, and potentially have even seen a couple of their pieces that have survived to this day, I don't know your work. I have not seen anything stamped Yabrula Steelmane surviving to this day.
Excuse me, my lady. I thought you were going to tell us the issue and our job that we needed to do, not bicker with this.
You have one sitting at this table who has no right or responsibility to the request I am about to make you. She either signs or she leaves.
Athera would
She'll just
sign or leave. Your choice.
She'll just finally grab the pen, sign it, and then just slam it down on the table.
Thank you. Was that so hard?
I look forward to your 30,000 gold pieces. As I stated previously, now that you have signed this, you are not responsible for any materials associated, and I shall have a smithy built for you. You shall have to compete with the Order Smith, but mostly they work for the Blue Antirradium. Anyway, as we move into the information that I must present to you, I'm sure each of you remember some time ago there was this green mist that left Unuvras's caves, and it infected my entire town. Pieces of that mist survived. Something has escaped the dungeon, and I am requesting your assistance to deal with it. Some of the reports I've gotten from farmers in the area, they saw it migrating to the north into the woods. I am not sure what it is doing. And your mission, should you choose to accept it, would be to investigate and potentially destroy this remnants of Unuvras's evil magic that have escaped the dungeon.
So, did we
For a
determine?
split second, Athera is going to sort of side-eye Yabrula because they essentially helped her escape from the dungeon, or maybe rescued her from the dungeon. Athera does not know how to use her.
I know nothing about this mess.
Exactly, and she's going to sort of side-eye Kythos because the first time that she saw him, he was in the dungeon, and then she's going to just sort of press the bridge of her nose.
Did we
Right.
ever determine, Talon, the direction of my village from this town?
We did not.
Well, then, at your discretion, is it to the north?
There is not much in the way of massive forests.
Okay.
So you tell me. To your east, you have mountain ranges that are
Yep.
sparsely populated with forests.
Yep.
To your north, you have larger forests where druidic clans could associate. To your south, you have mostly fields and prairies. If you continue going south far enough, you'll eventually hit the sea. And to your west, you have built up cities, towns, villages, and eventually, if you go far enough west, you'll hit the sea. But the largest forest would be to the north, spreading northeast, coming back down around the range of the mountains on the other side, connected at the foothills of the mountains to the east.
That kind of sounds like that would be the winner. So I guess as Lady Thibray mentions that this mist is making it to the north, everybody at the table would see Kythos go from kind of this laid back, not nonchalant, kind of not giving a shit type to he is very interested and very concerned. And they just will say, well, regardless of what the rest of them will say, I will pledge myself to venture north and take care of this, as I feel it is a little bit of my duty, so to speak, not only to you, but also to the wood of the north.
I will ask you why your demeanor changed later, but I concur. I will also accept this.
Nah, we ain't got nothing better to do.
Amen.
We will defend. What do you know of this?
Justin, were you trying to say something?
Oh, I just said that I was in for the mission too.
So the only information that we currently have is just that, and most of it came from that sleeping bugger over there. Whatever you did in the dungeon, it cut off the supply, and the pressure that he was feeling holding it in was released. However, the mist that had already inundated into the village, lacking its supply chain, it coalesced and it moved north. And that is about all that we know. But if it could create the level of apathy, and it could create the nightmares that we were all suffering from, I cannot imagine that this extenuation of Unuvras's power is a good thing upon our land. I worry that it is creating a bastion of the modern to the ancient. We have seen this in times past, where the dungeons were not controlled the way that they were supposed to be. And at this, she'll give Athera a look. And massive casualties will result in holding back this influence.
At that look, Athera will get up from the table and sort of saunter over to Mulgril. I don't have the words to apologize for my actions, but I am afraid I am in need of my weapons again.
Your bow is already on the counter with the quiver. Everything is laid out. He knew exactly what was going on, and he knew that if you were going to help the village, you were going to need to be armed. He is still giving you the cold shoulder. He is not happy with you, but you have your equipment back.
So,
If I let you take care of our dogs, will you at least not give me that look again?
He will huff and go pick up the doggy and just cradle the doggy in his big arms and give him scritches, but he's still not responding.
I'm sorry. Did you just say, here, if you do this work for me, will you be not mad at me?
Yeah, but dogs. So, is it really you doing it for someone when you're cuddling with their dog?
No. You don't understand. Shadow and Luna are quite shy. They don't. And she'll sort of look at Aravel. Can you please explain to them? It's not a tit for tat situation. I promise.
No, it's really not. And the first time that everyone was in the dungeon, and me and Shadow and Luna came here to figure out that they all went in the dungeon, they took a very immediate liking to Mogro. So it's a very big step for the dogs. And Mogro took a fancy to them too. So it's more of like, a friend.
Okay, but you're still asking him to take care of it for you, and in exchange, him not being mad at you. That's like going up to somebody and saying, "Hey, if I let you babysit my kids, will you not be mad at me?" Like,
Wait,
you know what? Doesn't matter.
my
Doesn't matter.
sister used to use that on me with her kids.
Either way, doesn't matter. You guys have your own. Listen,
I just don't.
this is a weird bargaining chip.
I don't. And Athera looks even more flustered, and she, drinking the whole cup of whatever the hell was poured to them, is going to sort of stumble out, bow in hand, arrows back in her quiver, everything ready to go. And she feels like she looks super serious, like she feels like she's ready to defeat the Huns, but but she 100% is like stumbling and like tripping over things, and she's just waiting outside, sitting down. I don't know if there's stairs on the entry of the bar, but she's going to sit outside sort of waiting for everyone else. She's super embarrassed. She's super annoyed, super confused, and she just wants to go do the thing.
So,
All right. I think that'd be our cue. And Vildrak would also get up and go outside.
so
You really
Kythos
honestly would
will
have
get up.
followed. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So Kythos will get up and just kind of go out the back, like behind the bar, and grab like his armor and to kind of like put that on and like grab all of his stuff. And then he'll just kind of like walk up to Mogirl and be like, I really hate to do this to you, boss, especially without notice, but it seems to me that you'll be without your finest barkeep for a moment. You gotta go take care of a little business.
Your absence shall be excused. Wow. I keep like blending accents. Your absence shall be excused. The threat to the village is much more serious than you tending bar. But I do expect you back. Don't die out there. I shall need my finest barkeep here in the future.
And I will do my best to oblige you, sir. And he'll kind of like give him a bow and just, don't worry, I don't intend on dying least not yet.
At this, he pulls out from behind the bar a pack. And it is very heavy, but it is packed with 10 days rations for your entire party.
I thank you for the kindness, sir.
Didn't you read the contract?
No,
This is what I am required to provide to you.
I pretended to read it. But as ever, you know
I shall
me,
get
I'm a
that
bit
butler
more
to
wise
draw
than I
you up a
am.
more serious employment contract when you return.
Well, apparently I should hire Labrula there to look over it. She seems like she was at least trying her best to understand things, because apparently she's a lawyer and we didn't even know it.
As long as she doesn't claim to be a poet.
Her way with the words is... Well, they fit in her mouth funny, you know, don't come out just right. And then with that, he'll just kind of like give Labrula kind of a little like knowing smirk, knowing he's kind of ribbing her, and just gonna...
Oh, Gabrula's not in there anymore. As soon as Athera stumbled out, she would have followed, because like between Athera like dissociating the day before and just like the fact that she is tipsy at best, drunk at worst right now, like she's going into bodyguard mode. And so she's kind of just like locked onto, they're like, yep, this one
I
needs
feel like that would be a DM call. I'm not sure what exactly was poured into the tankards. So maybe it's tipsy, maybe it's drunk, maybe Athera is faking it just because.
You had a pint and dragons.
and you chugged it on an empty stomach.
Give me an
Well,
insight check
well,
as to whether or not Athera is drunk.
Dirty 20.
She is absolutely sober.
Okay. I would still follow her to like, because the dissociation the day before would have like, okay, she's in a bit of a fragile state, even if she's not drunk right now. So like yesterday, she would have walked Athera back to her house as like let's make sure she gets home safe and doesn't wander into the pond in her dissociated state. And B, if somebody is trying to appear drunk and not at their finest, well, obviously somebody is going to take care of them, hopefully.
And it
Girls
should by
don't-
all means be the one that pissed her off the most. Twice.
No one else is doing it. So she's gonna
Mildred is right there.
he's being compromised. So
Mildred
I-
is right there, an actual friend of hers. Just saying.
fine. Well, have I? Yeah, I did meet her.
Not to
Okay,
mention
I
that
probably
and
would
her-
have just been like,
That and her...
No. I feel like
Androgynous.
Brian, what you just did was very meta, because I feel like Kythos wouldn't give a shit who went outside first. Just
Yeah.
by Kythos' vibe, I don't think he would care.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes, there's what Kythos would do, but I do respect Brian's response as like an overall above game kind of a conversation topic. At the same time, we've heard from the three of you, Aravel, Vildrak, as everybody else just kind of leaves the bar and Kythos receives the pack. Is there anything specific that the two of you are doing?
I want to go out last because
Okay.
I want to talk to Mogro for a quick second.
Okay. Vildrak.
So after he left, he would have went back to his house briefly, filled up a large mug of espresso without the whiskey this time.
Oh, Dwarvish Coffee Light. Gotcha.
Correct. And
The
then
stuff
he
that
would have,
really puts hair on your chest.
Indeed. Then he would have whistled for Ku, who he hasn't seen for a minute. But he assumes he was just playing in the pond like he always does. And since they're not going to the dungeon this time, he is actually going to take Ku with them. So he would put Ku's packs on him with all of his other various overland gear that he bought and never got a chance to use yet. So why not? And then he would go back with Ku, who is, for the record, the mangiest looking mastiff anyone has ever seen in their lives.
Is he like 170-year-old dog that's like all ribs?
No, he's actually quite fat.
Oh, okay. He's actually quite fat.
Especially sitting around this house for
He is the
God
me
knows
of
how long.
dogs.
Yes,
Got it.
he has been hanging out here, just doing whatever dogs do, living their best life while we've been in the dungeon multiple times. And he's gonna go back, head back with Ku, and then he's gonna just go up to Aethera because he thinks she's drunk. So he's like, "Hi, brought you a mug."
She's gonna look up at him. A mug of what?
Hi, the espresso, remember? That's strong coffee.
Oh, did you put butter in it?
As a matter of fact, I did. I remembered your conversation.
Insight check.
I'll say
he actually put butter in it.
I'll say he actually did. You don't have to inside check me. He would have done that because he was thinking about it. Vildrak remembered. Tim did not. Vildrak remembered.
Aethera is going to take this mug of coffee with butter, says Tim, and she's gonna take a sip of it and just. Oh, whoever told me that lied.
Okay, just out of curiosity, what's everybody's thoughts on like licking butter like off the knife after you put it on toast? Is that like gross to everybody? Because I do it all
not
the
a huge
time.
fan of
And
just
my wife looks at me like it is the most disgusting thing she has ever seen.
It depends on the type of butter. Like when I put butter on bagels, sure, because then the knife has like the crumbs of the bagel and it makes sense.
You see, I either am getting every last smear on whatever it is I'm buttering, or any smears left over are going back into the tub so that like waste not, want not.
See, that's why I just eat it, because waste not, want not.
That's true.
Yeah, but it's just plain butter. It's just butter is meant to accentuate things, not like I don't know. Just eating butter.
Anyway.
That's something my dog does. She likes butter.
Well, me and your dog have something in common, because I love butter.
Anyway,
Or otherwise.
Aethera's gonna look at Vildrak. Can you please fix this? And she just like reluctantly sort of like lifts her hands up with the mug above her head. Can you please get me whatever it was that you showed me last time? Because this is nonsense.
I can do that. So Vildrak will go back to the house and he'll try it as he's walking. Hey, ain't too bad. Ain't too good. Ain't too bad. And he'll just kind of chug the whole mug as he's going back, and he'll get Aethera a fresh mug without butter this time, and then bring it back to her.
So as each of you stage up and run through your final preparations to head north into the forest, this seems to be a relatively good stopping point because I see Justin yawning like a maniac alongside myself.
Did his letter get delivered yet?
Nope,
I
not
still
yet.
have to talk to Mogrel.
I want to send it.
So we will end there with Justin's conversation with Mogrel, and then we will wrap up the session for this evening.
So I'll pop on over to him while he's snuggling with the dogs. Just tap him on the shoulder.
And immediately, all of his scowls are gone. Young
Rude!
master. Young master. It's good to see you around these parts. How are you doing this evening? Or this morning, excuse me?
I'm good. I just wanted to check in with you because I noticed your demeanor when Athera came in.
You'll notice when you mention Athera's name that the scowl returns.
Just for a split
Hey,
second.
no need for that. Me and you are cool.
She broke the cardinal rule. You do not draw weapons in my bar.
Hey, no, you said don't break anything.
What? What
It wasn't
can?
draw weapons, just break something. So which is it?
Drawing weapons leads to breaking things.
But I would have gone outside if I was going to actually fire things.
Okay, to be fair, if somebody draws a gun in a bar, it's still a problem.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Rula is smart enough to run if she actually thought Athera was going to fire.
Wait, let me just draw this gun,
Got a shield.
point it at you, wait until you run out of the doors of the bar that I'm sticking up, and once you run outside, then I shoot you in the back.
Yeah, like you were gonna start the fight right there.
I'm offended because Athera
I'm
was
sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh at you, but that
That's exactly what you just said.
No,
I
that's
draw my
pretty much
weapon
what you said.
Expecting
no, it
them to
doesn't.
run.
Somebody is holding. Okay, so for example,
Don't draw a weapon
Athera
unless you're
is
prepared to
holding
use
a
it there and
gun to Yabrula, and she says outside. Like it's a hostage situation.
Okay, like
then. Stay outside.
I'm sticking up for Talon in this one. Like from the ex-bouncer standpoint, right? If somebody draws a gun or a knife or anything that can be construed as a weapon, like I'm not waiting until they go outside. Like I am.
Okay, maybe not. But if you were in a hostage situation and there's a gun or weapon to you, and they say, "Okay, go the fuck outside," the person with the weapon has the control in the situation.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
that's not
but
what you
if the
said.
concept
You
here,
didn't tell me to go outside.
This is
if
wonderful.
the concept here,
I didn't in the moment, but I
hold on. If the concept here is that if I am at a bank and somebody comes in and attempts to rob the bank, and the only thing I have to do to stop the robber from robbing the bank is turn my back to them,
I didn't say anything about turning my back.
This is the best
I said
argument.
she drew her weapon, but she never intended to fire it inside the bar. It was one of those.
But nobody knows that.
I don't care.
and how does anybody else sitting there know that? How
And
does
why would you have
Mogros
drawn
know
it if
that?
you didn't intend to? Because
Justin's just sitting here quietly, like I'll finish my conversation in a minute.
Anyway, so I know that she clearly feels really awful about what she did. No regrets whatsoever. No argument to defend herself. Anything like that. And I know she values your opinion greatly. So is there anything that she can do to sort of, mend this relationship?
She could issue me a more formal apology. She could swear to not draw her bow in my bar, and she could return having stopped whatever is threatening this village.
Now, is that all three or just one of the three? Because this is a lot to ask me to deal with.
We shall see how events play out.
Okay. And also, you feeling her at all? And like, you know what I'm saying? You guys be cute.
Before she drew a bow in my bar, I thought she was very cute.
And if she were to apologize and to deal with this green thing potentially back on the table?
Trust can be rekindled.
All right. I will take that under advisement. And thank you for watching the pups while we're gone.
And at that, he'll like have this big, broad smile. The pups are always welcome, puppies. And he will like pick up Shadow and Luna, take Shadow and Luna over to the fire hearth. He's gonna stoke up this big roaring fire, pull out the pillow, bring food, water, make sure that the pup is like really well situated while he goes to clean the bar and take over Kythos's duties.
All right. And then I want to head outside and I want to talk to Athera really, really quick before I forget all the things that she needs to do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pull Athera to the side, make everybody else go away for a second. Hey.
As soon as everybody but Arabelle is away from her, she will drop the facade of being drunk. What are we gonna do?
I've got good news for you. On two fronts.
Good news about what?
So I know that you're a little bummed about how Mogul was treating you. And I know how to solve that.
She sort of gets this weird twinkle in her eye for a second.
See,
and
I
then she
fucking
goes,
knew
like,
that shit.
super
Okay,
stoic.
cool. Glad I clocked that. So, we need to deal with this problem. That's step one. Step two, you need to issue a formal apology to him.
I thought I did that. Did I not?
I think he needs it to not be where he's having a business meeting kind of thing.
Oh. Okay.
And then you also need to swear that you're never going to draw a weapon in his bar again.
But what if his bar is under attack?
Those were just the words he gave me.
No, but I feel like situationally, what if there is? And she sort of like shudders a little bit, and you can
and
see
then I'm just gonna
her body shaking. Like
I'm gonna like do a little like right here. If you do that, you can rebuild the trust, and he thinks you're cute too.
Whoever said I thought he was cute?
It's not that hard to hide. You talk in your sleep.
What do I say? And she like put her hand to her mouth, like she's absolutely mortified.
Just like, oh, Mogul. And I don't want to say any of the rest because that's private.
Oh. I thought a wall separated our rooms. Is that not true? And she'll sort of.
How loud is she?
She's thin walls. We're in a military house.
That's absolutely valid.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Who?
You.
Oh, goddamn it. Okay. That's not a point.
Damn.
That is a 5 because I rolled a net 1.
Justin, have you ever seen a cherry tomato?
Hold on, I've got Google.
Justin, have you seen any tomato ever?
Oh, the little ones?
Yeah.
That would be Athera's face.
What? What does that mean? Color-wise, blushing? Then explain that! I'm not a tomato!
You're the color of a tomato right now.
Okay, that's fair. That's valid. But I am not a tomato. I am a vegetable, not a fruit.
I will say, I love when Selkie gets heated and we can just hear it through Talon's mic.
So maybe we call it here.
This is like perfect. And Selkie, remember to write down those 3 things that you need to do in your notes for your master plan.
I already have it in my Google Docs.
That is a good high mark to end this on. We will pick this up next session. Brian or Danielle as the execs, if you want to take it away with what's coming up in the Clockwork Nexus before we sign off for the evening.
All right. So in the Clockwork Nexus here on Monday coming up, we have Uncharted: The Southern Lights. So that's one of the Monday groups. The one going down south to the Primal Tree. So we're gonna find out they're in the middle of a big scary dungeon now. So we're gonna see what that looks like. Then on Tuesday, we have our second session of Midnight City Royale. Hopefully, all 6 of us will be there. 7, 6 or 7.
7.
All 7 of us will be there.
Awesome! I would love that.
That would be great. We're missing a couple for our first one. One of us had some personal stuff going on, and the other one we were very alarmed was in. No, I did not.
No, bad, Justin. Bad.
Justin, I will strike you tomorrow.
How many times?
6 or 7. Anyway.
Sorry.
Oh, shut up!
I had to for
Anyway,
our
we should all be there now that everybody is on the mend, so that'll be good. Wednesday, we have after a couple tense episodes, we're hopefully getting back to normal for Threads of War. That's been fun. And then on Thursday, we will have the Talkwork Nexus, as we do every Thursday. Don't know what the subject is this week, because I have not been keeping up, or it's been a little fluid lately. We've had to move some episodes around because some people can't make it and are getting sick. It was supposed to be the married couple one, but now that's not going to happen. But anyway, so that's all we got going up for this coming week. I don't think we got anything else. Do we got anything else, Danielle?
No.
Sweet. Justin, do we got anything else? I also like how you, Talon, completely skipped over Justin as an exec too. Like,
I'm very much a background.
You've got
exec.
3 of the 4 execs in this party.
I will
I
admit,
do a lot more
forgot.
background than up front. Let's be real.
That's valid.
Justin left and hasn't been here for a little bit, and he's ditching us again for some lame trauma psychological conference.
Hey, that's not till the end of May.
That's valid.
Lame.
Stupid bettering himself.
You say it's lame now, but when I come back the following session with cool magic tricks, you guys are gonna be so jealous.
You realize that I'm allowed to say this because I've canceled more than one session because I keep going to classes this year and conferences and other things.
Hence why scheduling is the true BBEG of any and all campaigns. But anyway, so that's all we got.
Cheshire said earlier, yeah.
That scheduling is a layer action of math.
Yeah.
So with all that being said, again, just want to express our most heartfelt welcomes as we kind of go through the storyline together for anybody joining in. Truly hope everybody enjoyed it, and then hope you guys come back in a couple of weeks for Unuvras' Wyrm Session 17. Have a good night, everyone, and Brian or Justin, roll credits.
All right.